this lesson is going to be short and sweet. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you two cool ways to play a G major scale that spans the second position to the seventh position. So the first one I'm going to show you, we're going to be using the open third string, the G string, as our transition note from second to seventh position. That's going to look something like this. So once I play that open G string, that's the point where I move up to seventh position. Now most of the time when we play a scale, we do a few notes on this string, a few notes on the next string, 2 or 3 notes on the next string, 2 or 3 notes on the next string, etc., etc. But when we're doing this type of thing, we end up having to go back up a string when we switch positions. So for instance, after I play that open G note, my next note's going to be on the A note of the 7th fret of the D string. So I'm actually going back up a string. Open G, and then I do the A note on the D string. So there's nothing really that tricky here, but if there's anything that's tricky about this, it's just getting used to playing a scale type figure and going back, backwards a string, like we do from that open G to that 7th fret A note. So that's using the third string. Let's look at another example of that. On this one, we're going to use the open E string as our transition string from second to seventh position. That's going to look something like this. I like to use a slight swing feel when I practice scales. They just sound better to me that way. Plus it makes it easier for me to play with that feel when I'm playing it at faster tempos and stuff. So anyway, to recap, we've got the open G string as a transition point, or the open E string as our transition point. You can do it either way. An example of the latter positioning would be like the Blackberry Blossom melody. The way I usually play that, like I start up here in 7th position, and then I use this open E string to get me back down to 2nd position. So that's an example of that type of idea or concept in an actual piece of music. Let's do a final recap and then we'll close it out. So I'm going to play that first fingering I showed you really slow. So let's take it note by note. We have 3rd fret G, open A, 2nd fret B, 3rd fret C, open D string, E at the 2nd fret, F sharp on the 4th fret, open G. Okay, then we're going back to the D string at the A at our 7th fret, B at the 9th fret, C at the 10th fret. Okay, then we're going back to the G string. We've got this D note, E, F sharp in the 2nd string, G in the 2nd string, A in the 2nd string, and then B. second example. So we're starting out in that G major scale just like before. Going all the way down to the first string open. Then we're jumping up to 7th position on the second string. And finishing with those 4 notes. So that's just a couple ideas to get you switching from position to position a little smoother and a little faster. So I hope you put that to good use, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.